Okay guys, Fizz here again for the second battle of the night, and it's with Ridley again. So he leads off with Kingdra, and he sees the sleep powder from a mile away, so he switches in his Bronzon, which is his status absorber, especially sleep, I guess. So I switch in my boy Glade and start setting up bulk ups, and he's gonna yawn me out, and I'm just gonna bulk up again anyways and go for the drain punch and just get as much damage on whatever. But he switches in Venusaur, which is kind of sucks. I mean, even though I got a crit, I mean, it still did a little bit more than half. But now I got a Sleeping Glade, which is suck. So I'm gonna, what am I gonna do? Probably switch out, right? Right. So I go ahead and do that. And I switch into my own Venusaur, predicting that he's probably got nothing to counter me. So I Sludge Bomb because it's neutral damage and he can't Leech Seed. And I think his other thing is like Toxic and I don't know what else. But he goes into Heatran, which is a good counter. So I go into P2, which is a good counter. And he subs up and he Earth Powers. And so I'm just like, okay, that's not too bad. I'm just gonna try to break his sub. But he is super cool and runs bulky Heatran, like moi. And so he goes with a hidden power. I'm gonna go ahead and give it away. It's hidden power water. It's really cool. You'll see it in the rain. It will do more later. God, spoiler alert. So I go ahead and with the recovery on his switch, and which is good for me, and he goes in the Lantern and goes for the Ice Beam, but doesn't do much. So I go for Toxic because I'm positive that it's probably a stockpile Lantern and I don't want to deal with it. So now he goes into Bronzon, and I go into my own Lantern, which is a stockpile Lantern. Thanks, Ridley. I stockpile once, and then what do? I probably just switch. Yeah, I do. I go back into, my Venusaur, because it's a pretty nifty counter, and I see the switch into Heatran coming, because I know he's thinking I'm going Sludge Bomb again. And I go with Earthquake. It doesn't quite one-hit KO, because I'm running Timid on my Scarfs, and no EVs. And I try to do Earthquake again. I figured he might leave him in for Death Water, but he goes into Parasect, which is so cool. It did like 4 damage because he's 4 times resistance, and then he's got leftovers. It was for Aromatherapy, which sucks so hard because I lose the Toxic and I lose the Sleep. And I go into Glade just hoping to wake up. That's all I want. And he sets up his Rain Dance, and I'm like, Ridley's effing crazy, and he goes for Octazooka. It's like, because it's got like a 50% accuracy drop or something like that. So I go for bulk up, and he goes for the yawn again, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm just gonna go for it again. And I drain punch him, and it does half-ish, and I regain all my health, and it's raining, and he gets another Octazooka, and I'm like, oh, and I go for Psycho Cut, and I miss, which sucks so hard and puts me right back to sleep. So I go into Venusaur again, and he goes for Icy Wind, and that sucks so bad on my Scarf Venusaur. It was a crit, and he gets a speed drop, and it's raining, and I leave him in because I thought I could outrun him, even because of the Scarf, but he Icy Winds again and misses, and I just go for Leaf Storm to give him neutral damage and just make sure I take it out. He goes into Heatran now, and I go back into P2, and we start this whole dance again. And I think he goes for the hidden power water right here, and let's find out. And let's look at how just fucking cool this is. Just way more damage. Like, It's his like best attack right now against P2. Um, because of the rain. And I do discharge, and he goes for Earth Power again. And compared to HP Water, I don't know, it did a pretty decent amount. But I'm really liking the HP Water. He gets paralyzed, and it's like a sliver of life left. And that just is really good for me. And he goes for the switch into Parasect, and I see the switch coming, or even if he stayed in, I know he can't touch me, so I recover. Now I got P2 in, and he's got Hermit Crab in, and I go for Ice Beam. Boom shakalaka. 2-hit KO. Even after the light screen, I think. Do I get a crit or something? Sorry I'm talking so fast. I had to speed up the video because it's so long. This is like a 22-minute battle. So I had to do like 225% speed up instead of just 200. So I missed the KO, and he sets up aromatherapy in his light screen, and I can't touch Bronzong. So I go into Venusaur, and I know that he like absorbs sleep, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna predict it. But I want him to sleep on my terms and not his terms. Like, I just don't. I'd rather him be asleep for more than 2 turns rather than less than just 2 turns. So I go to Lantern now, and he goes into Heatran, and I stockpile 1, and he goes for the Earth Power. Now, it doesn't do all that much, but I don't want to take another one, so I go for the Charge Beam, and I crit him, and I get the special attack raise. And now he goes into his Venusaur, and he Leech Seeds me, which sucks, because it's just, I have massive HP on Lantern, so like, the percentage that he gets is just so much. So it's like, it just sucks. So I go and I switch out, because I don't want to do him any favors. And I go into Miss Magius. Miss Magius is like my first time using her on like Wi-Fi ever. So I predict his switch, and I go for the sub. And even if he didn't switch, I thought that he would have gone for Leech Seed. So I Calm Mind up as, what did he just do? I don't know what he just did. Whatever he just did, he Hydro Pumps. And I'm like, oh. So I, instead of subbing, because I know he can break it, I Calm Mind and don't waste it. And he was talking about how he should have Toxic me right there. But he goes for another Hydro Pump, and I go for the sub, hoping he can't break it with Hydro Pump again. And he cannot. So here is my Miss Magius sweep. Calm Mind, and he's just trying to Charge Beam up and just do this, but he doesn't get the stat up, so it just sucks for him so bad right now. And he switches, and I set up my sub again, and he is going to probably try to go to Light Screen, but I'm not gonna let him do it. He said he was gonna go for knockoff, but yeah, I just didn't want him to do it. And then he protects here. I just thought he was gonna let me sweep, but he's kind of being a jerk. So I was like, oh, he's probably gonna protect again. So I Calm Mind, and he does get the second protect. And like, I think that he's gonna protect again, so I'm gonna go for Calm Mind again, I think. Yeah, I do. And then at this point, he's just like, okay, dude, just finish me off. So, yeah, Shadow Ball him here. And how many? That's like 5 Calm Minds or something like that. At least 4. 1, 2, probably 5 actually. Anyways, he sends him Bronzong, and it's neutral damage, so I'm gonna take him out because he's a bitch. And then he sends in Lantern, and this is a really cool part. This is why Lantern is so epic. I mean, he doesn't even get 1-hit KO'd right here. This is so cool. Anyways, rate, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna do more battles soon. I really want to get a lot out there and battle some really good guys. Even if I get like my butt kicked, I just want the extra subs. Whatever. Tell your friends, tell your family. Love Fizz.